You can see those 3 posts against the wall. That's going to be an outdoor kitchen. It's going to be manufactured by Woo Kitchens. It's a company out of the Netherlands, but they now have a facility, I guess, not really a franchise, but a part of their business is going to be run here by Greg and Gina Hoffman in El Segundo, and they're going to be building outdoor kitchens, and they're made out of cast concrete, and they're very cool. So we're going to install that here and leave it as part of the house. So as I carefully walk across these beams, take you over to that area. Okay, so here's the outdoor kitchen, barbecue. It's the side of the house looking back to the front and looking across this space. So this deck will actually wrap around the side of the house on the east side, and it will join the courtyard deck. So that'll all be one continuous surface at the same height all the way around, no stairs. So if somebody's in the courtyard and they just want to pop around the side to come out and join some people out back here, they don't have to necessarily go through the house. And this could be an area where somebody might put some seating. This probably would be a better place for outdoor dining if somebody wants to put a table out here. So it's not infringing too much on the kitchen, outdoor kitchen. And then on the other side, which is completely separate, somebody could put another seating area. Potentially a fire pit. There's a gas connection nearby here too, so that could be done. And so despite the size of the footprint of the house, there's still a fairly generous backyard. All right, now looking back into the house. Looking back towards the front here, the front courtyard. Turning around, looking back out the back. So the backyard is going to stay as just a flat surface, and we're going to put grass back there. Although we're not generally big fans of grass, although technically the California drought is somewhat receded now due to our good rain last year, but nonetheless, grass isn't really that great for an area that's essentially a desert. But we think it's worth it here because anybody that has children that lives in this house, those kids are going to love that backyard because it's big and flat and they can play. And someone could set up a volleyball court, or you could play soccer back there, you name it. So right here there'll be steps that lead up from the deck to the backyard. So that back wall won't stay like that. We're going to plant like a hedge in front of it, so you don't have to look at the bricks. Make it somewhat prettier. Okay, here we go, back out of the living space into the dining room on the right, courtyard on the left, and we keep going. Office / bedroom number 1. All right, and now we turn and we go, ta-da, up the stairs. All right. So the first thing we see about the stairs, kept the roof elevated so it's tall, very tall. And that plastic sheeting you see up there is going to be a skylight, which will open if the owner chooses. And when it's open, you'll get a very good breeze through there. It also acts as a thermal chimney, let the heat out on a hot day, so you don't have to use the AC if you don't want to. Additional window to let some light in. It's on the north side, so you're not going to get blasted by sun, because stairwells can get awfully hot. And we continue the last little bit. Second flight of stairs to the second story. Second story is all bedrooms. So here's the hallway leading to the front of the house, hallway to the back of the house. Upper story is segregated between what we'd normally call kids' rooms and the adult space. So here is one of the kids' bedrooms. I'll just call them that. It's a pretty generous room. It's got an ensuite bath, as all the rooms do, with a bathtub shower combination, vanity toilet. To the front of the house, another bedroom. This one has a very high ceiling. We kept it because it was easy to do and gives the space just more volume, makes it feel less confined, even though it's still a pretty good sized room. There's another one of those mid-century inspired windows I discussed earlier. It lets in a lot of light without necessarily exposing you to the world. There's one at the front of the house too. And then here on the left is, since it's not drywalled, you can see through the framing. There's another bathroom, shower tub combination, toilet vanity. On the right is the closet for this bedroom. And actually right here, which I didn't point out before, this is the closet for this bedroom on the right here. All right, and the third bedroom, children's bedroom. Again, raised ceiling. This bedroom's a little bit smaller. Another bathroom, shower tub, toilet vanity, and a walk-in closet, which was here only because the space was available and wasn't going to be very useful for anything else. So this could be additional storage for the parents, or perhaps somebody just happens to be a clothes horse. They can store their clothes in there if they have this bedroom. They'd be the lucky ones. I'll step up on the drywall here to get over. There's drywall everywhere. Here's another mid-century inspired window. So this one we decided to drop down a little bit. So if you're tall enough, I can just peek over it. And we did that because we kind of liked the view. I mean, not that it's a view like you'd have in the mountains or anything, but El Segundo standards is kind of cool because you can see the refinery, which at night is kind of cool to look at. You see all the blinking lights. And it also gives a certain kind of feeling to the room, being able to see the neighborhood without necessarily seeing into the neighbors' houses. All right. Here on the left, we walked by this earlier. This is storage. So this could be built out as a closet. Could also be a small office if somebody wanted. Not really an office, but a desk, like a little workstation. But I don't know, the way people live today, that's probably not that useful. But certainly for linens, a linen closet there, that's the word I was looking for earlier. That would be the ideal use for this space. All right, the stairs once more. Now when we cross this threshold, we're kind of into the adult space. On the left here is a laundry room, pretty good size. Washer dryer, there'll be a countertop for folding, full height closet for cleaning products and things like that. Window if you want to air dry your clothes on a little rack. This window right here looking east. It's hard to tell right now with this scaffold in my way, but this opens up onto the courtyard. So down below there is the courtyard. And this right here, this is the entry, formal entry into the master suite. So on the right is the master bedroom. 4 windows, elevated ceiling. So as you probably heard, this El Segundo's next to LAX, so depending on the weather today, it's kind of, the wind's blowing in a certain direction, so it makes it a little bit louder than it would normally be, but because this is a sleeping room and it's near that side of the house, we're going to have it insulated in denim, which is very good for absorbing sound, and we're also installing Quiet Rock sheetrock, which has a layer of viscoelastic material in it. Helps absorb sound, so this room should be like a cocoon. The windows have very, very thick glass packages, which is required by El Segundo code, but we went beyond that. Our glass is so thick that the guys could barely lift the windows when they're installing them. They're very heavy. And weight is a good barrier for sound. If you look into the backyard here. So before we trimmed the trees, all you could see was the tree. I mean, it was just green, which was kind of pretty. And the tree will grow back even healthier now it's been properly trimmed. Give it about 6 months and it'll be just all green again. So you'll have a lot of privacy in here. That was another good reason to keep the trees. So I'm walking on drywall here because they're using this as a drywall staging area. Drywall will begin in about a week after insulation's done. All right, step out of that. So on the other side of the master suite, on the left here where this bathtub is sitting and another stack of drywall, this is the master closet. It's about the size of a small room by some people's standards, but you know, you really can't have a big enough closet. So this one's pretty generous. I think people should be happy with it. And then on the other side is the master bath. You walk in on the left, this will be a separate toilet room with a door that you can close and a window for ventilation. And then there's two more windows looking out on the backyard. And once again, before we trimmed this tree, all you could see out here was just green. And you couldn't see the neighbors couldn't see you. And once the tree grows back, it'll be like that again. If the owners want to keep the windows uncovered, they could at that stage, but you could also put some type of shade on them. Or what we've done in our house is it's like a stick-on membrane that adds a texture to the window so you can't see through it. So on this west wall will be a large vanity with 2 sinks and 3 pendant lights to help light your face when you're looking in the mirror, something that's often overlooked. And against this wall will be the bathtub. You can see the drain for it there. And behind that, what you see with the water in it is the master shower. So I can't actually go in there because it's full of water. For testing purposes, make sure it's watertight. I'll walk on this board. So this is the master shower, which is big. There's no other way to put it. So this will be your shower control center. There'll be a handheld, removable handheld. There'll be just a regular shower head coming out of the wall, and then a rain shower head from the top, which can't, by California code, cannot all be used simultaneously, but you can use one or the other with various handles to control the flow. Okay, so that's it. Oh yeah, almost forgot. There'll be a skylight in the master bathroom as well. It's covered in plastic right now, so there's no light coming through it, but when it's open, it'll allow a lot of light to come, just natural light to come into the shower in this whole area. So you don't need to use electric lighting all the time. Okay, that's it. That's the tour of our oak project. Hope you enjoyed it.